I told my family I'm child-free. They just gave my room to my cousin's baby. I made a life choice. They made it about punishment. Asterisk, my name is Misha. I'm 28, and I've always known one thing. I don't want kids. Not now. Not ever. I love sleep, freedom, quiet mornings, uninterrupted weekends. I don't want diapers. I don't want screaming, and I don't want to be called mama. That doesn't make me broken or selfish, it just makes me Emmy. But my family? They don't get it. In their world, a woman becomes a wife, then a mother, then a grandmother. In that exact order. No questions asked. So when I told them I'm child-free, they acted like I said I was joining a cult. It was over dinner. Mom, Dad, my married brother Adil, his wife Sana, and my cousin Sumbul, who was 8 months pregnant. The table was full of biryani and tension. I just said it. I've decided. I'm not having children. Forks paused mid-air. Glasses stopped. Clinking. Dad frowned. Mom gasped. Adil said, "You'll change your mind." And Sana, she actually laughed. Sumbul? She said nothing. Just rubbed her belly like she was protecting it from me. I wasn't angry. Not then, I expected it. But what came later I never saw coming. I live with my parents, still, because the rent's insane and I was saving for my own apartment. I work full-time, I pay bills. I keep to myself. But last month, I came home and found my bedroom door wide open. Inside, my bed was gone. Walls repainted. Toys everywhere. A crib in the corner. And in the middle of it all, my mother, smiling. "Oh, Misha," she said, "we decided it's better this way. You don't need this room. Sumbul and the baby do." I just stood there. What? I whispered. Dad walked in behind me, arms crossed. "You said you didn't want a family," he said. "Well, Sumbul does. And we support her." I felt like I was in a nightmare. "This is my room," I said. "I live here, I sleep here." "Not anymore," Mom said. "You can move upstairs to the storage space. We cleaned it for you." I ran up. Inside, dusty walls, one tiny window. No fan. No closet, just a broken cot, and a stack of old suitcases. They wanted me to live in a storeroom, because I told them I wasn't going to give them grandkids. I didn't cry. Not in front of them. I packed a bag. Took my laptop, left. No one followed. I stayed with a friend, Nimra. She offered me her couch. And her sympathy. "They're punishing you," she said, "for living on your own terms." She was right, because the next day, Mom messaged me, "When you're ready to be part of a real family again, you know where home is." I didn't reply. I started looking for a room to rent. Fast. Even if it drained my savings. 2 weeks passed. Then Sana called me. "Adil says you're being dramatic," she said. "They only gave the room because you said you didn't care about family." I said, "I don't want kids," I said. "That doesn't mean I don't need a place to sleep," she sighed. "Well, you made your choice." Then she hung up. They turned my words into a weapon and used them to exile me from my own home. Finally found a flat, tiny, no AC, leaky sink, but it was mine. No screaming babies. No judgmental looks. No crib where my bed used to be. I posted about it on a private blog just to let it out, and it blew up. Thousands of people messaged me, supported me, said they were going through the same thing. I told my family I'm child-free, and now I'm not invited to Eid. I lost my job in my room because I didn't want kids. My sister said I'm wasting my uterus. It wasn't just me. This was bigger. A whole wave of women being punished for saying no. I didn't want revenge. I wanted distance, but life had other plans. Because last night, Sumbul called me. She was crying. "Misha," she whispered, "I think I made a mistake. The baby won't stop crying. I haven't slept in days, and your mom won't help. She just tells me to figure it out." I was quiet. Then she said the words that hit me the hardest. They wanted a baby in the house. They just didn't care who raised it. I didn't say much. But inside, something clicked. They took my space to welcome new life, but gave me no space to live mine. And that tells me everything I need to know about what family really means. Asterisk, I didn't reply to Sumbul's call. Not that night. I just sat there staring at the ceiling of my new flat. The ceiling had cracks. A spider in the corner, but it was mine, not a crib. Not a crying baby. Not a punishment. The next morning I got a message from Mom. "Your cousin's struggling, you could help her. Family takes care of family." I stared at the screen. Family? Like how they took care of me. Then another message. This time from Dad. "Sumbul's depressed. Your mother can't do everything. You know babies. You should step in." I wanted to scream. They kicked me out, erased my existence. And now, they needed me again. Because they were tired that still, some part of me felt guilty, I know. It's ridiculous, but that's the power of family. Even when they break you, you still want to show up that so I texted Sumbul back. Do you need me to come over? She replied instantly, please. When I reached the house, it felt like walking into a different world. That the living room was a mess, bottles, diapers, piles of unfolded clothes, and there she was, Sumbul, hair oily, eyes swollen, dark circles. She looked like a ghost. She handed me the baby, didn't say a word. Just collapsed on the couch and started sobbing. I held the baby, tiny, warm, crying softly. I didn't hate her. She was innocent. But I hated this house. That Mom walked in. Oh good, you came, she said. Like I was the maid. I'm going to lie down. My back is killing me. No thanks, no apology. Just expectation. I changed the baby. Fed her, rocked her, put her to sleep, then sat beside Sumbul. She was staring at the ceiling just like I had the night before. They told me this would be beautiful, she whispered. They said having a baby would fix everything. That I'd feel whole. I looked at her. And she started crying again. I don't feel whole, she said. I feel like I'm falling apart. I took her hand, softly, and for the first time, I saw her as something more than the girl who took my room. She was drowning. She told me everything, the truth no one knew. Her husband, abroad, didn't even come for the birth. He sends money. That's all. Her mother, sick, can't help, and my parents only wanted her around to feel like the house had life again. But when the baby arrived, they did what they always do. They vanished. I didn't ask for your room, Sumbul said quietly. They said you didn't need it. I didn't argue. She wiped her tears. But I should have. It wasn't right. I nodded, not to forgive, just to acknowledge, because now I understood. It wasn't her fault alone. She was just another pawn in their picture-perfect family lie. I left that day with the baby asleep in my arms and pain in my chest. Back at my flat, I thought hard. I didn't want children. Still don't. But I also didn't want to become cold, bitter, empty. So I wrote a message to both Mom and Dad. You made a choice. You pushed me out because I didn't follow your dream. But now your dream is falling apart and you're calling me back to fix it. I won't raise your replacement grandchild. I won't mother someone else's baby. And I won't shrink myself till you can feel proud at family dinners. I'm still your daughter. But I'm not your backup plan. Mom read it, didn't reply. Dad read it, left it unseen. Sumbul called me that night. She said, I'm going to move in with my mom for a while, she offered, even though she's not well. It's better than this house. I wished her peace. A week later, my brother Adil visited. He brought food and an apology. You're brave, he said. I wish I said something when they cleared your room. I shrugged. It was too late, but it meant something. The room? Still empty now. No crib, no Misha. Just silence. They lost a daughter because they wanted a doll. Me? I'm writing again. Working more. Sleeping better. Nimra's still my best friend. My flat still leaks. But it's home, because it's mine. And now, whatever someone says, you'll regret not having children. I smile. And think about the storeroom, the crib, the screaming, the silence, the guilt, the freedom, and I say, no, what I would regret is not choosing myself. It had been 2 months since I walked out of that house. Since my room was turned into a nursery. Since my parents decided that motherhood equals worth. And that I had none. But things changed fast. Sumbul moved out, took her baby, went to her mom's house in Rahim Yar Khan. She stopped replying to Mom's guilt-trap texts. Stopped calling Dad altogether. And just like that, the happy home with a new baby was silent again. And then the calls started. From Mom, from Dad, even from random aunties. All saying the same thing. Come home, Misha, things are different now. But I wasn't the same girl anymore. I had a new routine, my own space, my own mind, and for the first time, I didn't feel small. Still, out of curiosity I went, just once. Just to see. To check the room that used to be mine. When I stepped inside, I was shocked. The crib was gone. The walls were back to cream. My bookshelf was even there again. They had tried to rebuild my room, like an apology. Without words. Mom walked in, smiling like nothing had ever happened. We thought you might want your old space back. Dad added, you don't have to raise anyone, Beta. We just miss you. I stood still, then sat on the edge of the bed and said softly, why? Now, they looked confused. Then defensive. Mom said, we were overwhelmed. Sumbul needed help. You said you didn't want a family. Dad added, "You're still young. We thought you'd understand." I looked at both of them, and for the first time in my life I didn't cry. I just said, "You treated me like furniture. You moved me out because I didn't fit your design." Mom blinked, tried to speak. I held up a hand. "I'm not angry anymore. I'm not even hurt. I've just grown." They sat down, quiet. I continued, "I may not want a child, but I still need love, respect, space. And I don't mean square footage." Dad sighed. "I didn't know how much we hurt you." I nodded. "I didn't either, until I left." Mom started crying. She said, "Beta, we just didn't understand. All our lives we believed family is everything." And I said, "It is, but family means choice, not control." I stayed for dinner. It was quiet, no shouting. No guilt, just the clinking of spoons and heavy silence. Before I left, Mom gave me a small box, "Just some of your things we kept safe." She said, "Dad, I took it. Didn't open it until I got home." Inside, my old journal, a photo of me as a child, and a note. "We didn't lose a daughter. We almost lost a woman who taught us something we never knew." I cried, not because I was sad, but because they were finally listening. I didn't move back. I visit sometimes. We talk, slowly, carefully, not as parents and daughter, but as people, learning, unlearning. A month later, Sumbul called me again. She sounded better, brighter. "I've started therapy," she said. "And the baby sleeps through the night now." We talked for 2 hours. Like old friends. She even said, "I wish I'd stood up for you earlier." I told her, "You were surviving, I get it." One day my father told me, "Your story helped me understand your mother more than 30 years of marriage." I didn't reply, just smiled. Some wounds don't need words, and now I write, I speak, I shared out. My blood is growing. My inbox is full of girls like me who were told they were broken because they wanted different things. I tell them, "You are not selfish. You are not wrong. You are not the villain in someone else's fantasy." I still don't want children. I still love silence, books, spontaneous napsta, and that doesn't make me less. It just makes me real. So when people ask me, "Don't you miss your family?" I say, "I never left them. I just finally found myself."